James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I mentioned this fight as a fight that I really want to see in my post-fight review video yesterday, but I want to talk about it some more because I think this potential matchup now has it's good enough to get its own video. So I'm gonna give it its own video. So we all know yesterday Ricardo Sandoval, a fighter that I once told you guys in an old video. I told you guys that Ricardo Sandoval is one of the most underrated and overlooked fighters in America. I talked to you guys about how he really wasn't getting a lot of fanfare. He wasn't getting the promotion from Golden Boy Promotions like that before. I told you guys that he's one of them top guys. Even though he wasn't looked at like it by a lot of people and nobody was talking about him, I told you guys he's one of those top guys. And I told you guys as well that I did pick Kenshiro, so I was wrong, but I knew how hard of a fight that was for Kenshiro, and I thought it was one of his hardest fights in a long time, and it proved to be just that because look how it turned out. But listen. Now that Sandoval has gotten the belts, and now that he is no longer, overlooked or anything like that, people know who he is now. They know him as the guy that's beat Kenshiro and dethroned him from his perch as, one of the best pound fighters in boxing. So, you look at Ricardo Sandoval, like a day ago, 2 days ago, a day ago, Ricardo Sandoval had 0 world titles in his career. Now he's a 2-time world champion just like that with a snap of a finger. So that's how quick things can change for you in boxing. And that's why it's a lesson in life to always stick to what you believe in and work hard and have faith and trust the process, and you can achieve great things like Ricardo Sandoval has. But now that Sandoval has become champion, there's a really unique opportunity, and I'm hoping this can happen. But there's a really unique opportunity for two American fighters to have a unification fight on American soil, which is very rare for fighters, at flyweight. When was the last time you saw 2 American world champions at flyweight fight in a unification fight in America? It doesn't happen. I think there's a chance for this to happen because you got Sandoval, who has the WBC and WBA titles, and then you got Anthony Olascuaga, who has the WBO title. So, you're talking about not just a fight between 2 American fighters, but I think it makes even more sense because it's a fight between 2, fighters from the Southern California area. You got Ricardo Sandoval, the fighting pride of Rialto, California, versus Anthony Olascuaga, the fighting pride of L.A., Los Angeles, California. You do it in Southern California. I'm sure you could do it like in a smaller venue. Maybe if I got to pick, I know there's all kinds of venues in California, but based on the venues that I know, if you did Anthony Olascuaga versus Ricardo Sandoval at, let's say, I don't know, the Commerce Casino, because Commerce Casinos does a lot of smaller shows, but it's a good venue and it has a good amount of seating, but it's not gargantuan. I think you could do it there and it would do good business. I think it would do really good business. Make it happen. These are 2 amazing fighters. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of both guys. These guys have both given Kenshiro some serious smoke in the ring. Obviously, Sandoval got a decision in a close fight. Olascuaga took the fight really early in his career on very short notice at a weight class that was not advantageous to him. But he gave Kenshiro a hard fight and really pushed him. So much so to the point that when I interviewed Kenshiro in my first interview with him in 2023, Kenshiro told me that, at that point, it was the hardest fight of his career. So he's a damn good fighter. It's debatable whether he should have beat Hirota Kiyoguchi his last fight, but he fought Kiyoguchi. So either way, look, that to me is an amazing fight. It's a chance for 2 American fighters of Mexican descent, Southern California, 2 of these guys to go ahead and fight each other in the LA area, unify the division, 3-belt unification, pay them some good money, put it at the Commerce Casino, style-wise. Let's break down what that fight could be, because you got Ricardo Sandoval, who has shown in his career, yes, he is a puncher. He can be a puncher. He got 18 knockouts and 27, 28 fights. So that boy is definitely punching like that. But he's not just a puncher. He showed it yesterday against Kenshiro. He can get on his toes. He can move. He can shift into a different stance mid combination and then throw a punch out the southpaw stance. He can't share with one of those punches yesterday. He would throw a right hand, shift to southpaw, throw a left hand over the top and land. He's got some. He's very, very skilled, and he brings a lot to that ring. Olascuaga, I would say, in my opinion, of the two, he doesn't have the skills of Sandoval. I think Sandoval is the more skilled guy. Olascuaga showed in the Kiyoguchi fight that he can be outboxed. If you can move him, you could have a lot of success. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You sit in front of Anthony Olascuaga the wrong way, you might get sent to the morgue. You might get sent to the gulag. You might get sent to the shadow realm. He can really punch, and he's a very dynamic offensive fighter. Like if you look at the way he knocked out Riku Kano, he took his lead hand, lowered it kind of like Lomachenko, manipulated the lead hand, brought the front glove down, and then threw an overhand right and got him out of there. So he's a very dangerous man, and I think if you get both these guys to fight each other for 3 belts, Southern California, somewhere like the Commerce Casino, not a massive venue, but a venue that will sell out. That people will come to, that wouldn't be a massive site fee for. You go ahead, you do that. That's a good fight. That's a very good fight. 3-belt unification fight, and the winner of that fight, I think, could become the man of the division. And then potentially, you're looking at possibly, Masamichi Ibuki, the winner of that fight, fighting Masamichi Ibuki for undisputed. Now, I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know. I don't. There's a cynical part of me that thinks that this is not gonna happen. And even if it does, it might not even be in Southern California. It might still be in Japan, because at the end of the day, in these weight classes, Tekken Promotions, they're the ones that bankroll a lot of the money. But look, you got Golden Boy Promotions involved. So Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, okay? This is my plea to Oscar De La Hoya. You already sent Ricardo Sandoval over there to Japan to fight one of their fighters. He wound up winning. So now that he won, please do right by your fighter. Please do right by your fighter. Put up the money. Do Anthony Olascuaga in Southern California at the Commerce Casino. 3-belt unification fight. Sandoval deserves to have a homecoming fight. Olascuaga deserves to have a homecoming fight. And this is a unique opportunity that will not present itself again. There will not be another opportunity anytime soon for 2 fighters from LA to fight in a unification fight at Flyweight. There's not many American fighters in these weight classes. So I think they should do it. And on top of that, all that aside, it's a really good fight on paper. There's no way. I don't see how that fight winds up being bad. I don't see how it winds up not being entertaining. If I got to go with a prediction for that fight, I'm gonna go with Ricardo Sandoval by decision. But either way, it's a really good fight. But let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the potential of the Battle of California, Rialto versus LA? What do you guys think about that fight? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you could love me or you could hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on The Untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys stay tuned and subscribe. You won't be disappointed.